It is getting late. Two explorers set out this morning. They should be calling in soon to tell us the distance in miles that they have traveled so far.
Click on our friend to find out more. One of the explorers is traveling on snowshoes, and the other is traveling by dog sled.
Hey, it sounds like someone's calling in. Ah, the explorer wearing snowshoes has traveled a distance of 3 miles so far. So, what about the explorer traveling by dog sled?
Click on this picture. The explorer on the dog sled can travel 7 times as far as the explorer wearing snowshoes, or 7 times 3 miles.
Well, since the explorer wearing snowshoes traveled 3 miles, then the explorer traveling by dog sled traveled 7 times 3 miles. 7 times 3 miles. About how many miles is that? Good thinking. We can use a number line. Let's label this mark 0 to show where the explorers started from. And since we're talking about distances in miles, we can label this number line miles.
Drag the arrow to this mark. The marks on this number line go up to 24.
So each of these numbers shows a distance in miles from 0. To compare these two distances, let's show the number of miles the explorer wearing snowshoes has traveled so far.
Drag the marker to show the distance the explorer wearing snowshoes has traveled. When you're done, click OK. The explorer wearing snowshoes has traveled fewer miles than that. Try again. The explorer wearing snowshoes has traveled fewer miles than that. Try again. The explorer wearing snowshoes has traveled fewer miles than that. Try again. That's not right. This mark shows the distance the explorer wearing snowshoes has traveled.
The explorer wearing snowshoes has traveled 1, 2, 3 miles, so the length of this bar shows 3 miles. The explorer traveling by dog sled has traveled 7 times 3 miles. On the number line, the length of this bar shows 3 miles. So, how many bars do we need to show 7 times 3 miles?
Starting at 0, drag as many bars as you need here to show a distance of 7 times 3 miles. Then click OK. You need more bars than that. Try again. That's it. 7 bars show a distance of 7 times 3 miles.
The length of this bar shows 3 miles. So the length of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these bars shows 7 times 3 miles, the distance the explorer on the dog sled has traveled so far.
Click on the arrow. Seven times 3 is 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3.
Aha! 7 times 3 means we are adding 7 threes. So to find 7 times 3, we can start at 0 and count by 3 7 times.
Click on the number 3 on the number line. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21.
7 times 3 is 21.
Complete the number sentence to show that 7 times 3 is 21. Drag a sign here and here, then click OK. Well done! This number sentence shows that 7 times 3 is 21.
The product of 7 and 3 is 21. So, while the explorer on snowshoes has traveled about 3 miles so far, the explorer on the dog sled has traveled about 21 miles so far, which is a lot farther.
Click on these arrows to change this number. Watch how the number of bars changes. And watch how the total length of the bars shows the product of these two numbers.
I see you've been studying some of the animals in this area. Which animals have you been looking at?
Click on the pictures. An Arctic fox, a gray wolf, a black bear.
Each animal is a different size. So let's compare their weights to see how different they are.
Click on the picture of the Arctic fox. This Arctic fox weighs about 10 pounds.
Well, the Arctic fox isn't very heavy. The gray wolf looks bigger. How much does it weigh?
Click on the picture of the gray wolf. The gray wolf weighs about 8 times the weight of the fox, or 8 times 10 pounds.
Okay. The wolf weighs about 8 times the weight of the fox, or 8 times 10 pounds.
What is another way to write 8 times 10? Drag your answer here, then click OK. You got it! This is another way to write 8 times 10.
8 times 10 means 8 multiplied by 10. Now, how much does the black bear weigh?
Click on the picture of the black bear. This black bear weighs about 14 times the weight of the fox, or 14 times 10 pounds.
So the weight of the wolf is 8 times 10 pounds, and the weight of the bear is 14 times 10 pounds. Okay, let's find the weight of the wolf. We know that 8 times 10 pounds is 8 times the weight of the fox. So,
Which of these additions shows 8 times the weight of the fox? Click on your answer, then click OK. Well done! This addition shows 8 times the weight of the fox.
the fox weighs 10 pounds. So 8 times the weight of the fox is 8 groups of 10 pounds, or the sum of 8 tens. Now the weight of the bear, 14 times 10, that's the sum of 14 tens.
Click on the arrows until you have the sum of 14 tens. Then click OK. That's right. This is the sum of 14 tens.
Let's compare these weights on a number line. We can label the line in pounds and put a 0 here to stand for 0 pounds. If we label this mark 10, we can let the length of this bar show the weight of the fox, 10 pounds. Now let's use bars like this one to show the weight of the wolf.
Starting at 0, drag as many bars as you need here to show the weight of the wolf. Then click OK. That's too many bars. Try again. That's right. 8 bars show the weight of the wolf.
The length of one bar shows 10, the weight of the fox in pounds. So the length of 8 bars shows 8 tens, the weight of the wolf in pounds. Now we can count by tens to find the weight of the wolf.
What number is equal to 8 tens? Type the number here, then click OK. That's it. 8 tens is 80.
8 tens is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. And since 8 tens is 80, this wolf weighs 80 pounds. Now, the weight of the bear is the sum of 14 tens.
Type in the weight of the bear here, then click OK. That's right. The bear weighs 140 pounds.
We know that this length, from here to here, shows 80 pounds. So, starting from 80 and counting by 10 to 14 tens is 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140. 14 times 10 is 140. So this bear weighs 140 pounds.
Click on the number 10.
Ten equals 1 times 10. And look at each of these multiplications. When we multiply 10 by numbers like 1, 8, and 14, we are counting by 10 that many times. 1 times 10 is 110, or 10. 8 times 10 is 8 tens, or 80. And 14 times 10 is 14 tens, or 140.
Click on these number sentences. The product of each of these numbers and 10 has a 0 in the ones place.
So, if the Arctic fox weighs about 10 pounds, then the gray wolf weighs about 80 pounds, and the black bear weighs about 140 pounds.
Click on these arrows to change this number. Watch how the product changes. Well done! You've completed this lesson. Click here to go to the practice area, or click here to return to the menu.
The height of this rose is 2 feet. Using this number line, we can draw a bar 2 units long to show the height of the rose. The height in feet of this sunflower is 3 times 2.
What is the height in feet of the sunflower? Drag this marker to show 3 times 2 on the number line. Then click OK. That's it. The height of the sunflower is 6 feet.
The height of the sunflower is 3 times 2 feet. To find 3 times 2, we can start at 0 and count on 2 3 times. 2, 4, 6. 3 times 2 is 6. So the height of the sunflower is 6 feet. There are 7 tiles here. The length of each tile is 6 inches. So the length of this row of 7 tiles is 42 inches.
What number sentence can you use to show the length of this row of tiles? Drag numbers and signs here to complete the number sentence. When you're done, click OK. That's right. You can use this number sentence.
The length of each tile in inches is 6. there are 7 tiles in this row. So the length of the row of tiles in inches is 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, or 7 times 6. 7 times 6 is equal to 42, the length of the row of tiles in inches. So you can use this number sentence to show the length of this row of tiles.
This red bus traveled 10 miles. Using this number line, we can draw a bar 10 units long to show the distance that the red bus traveled. This blue bus traveled 6 times as far as the red bus. So, the blue bus traveled 6 times 10 miles from the city. How many miles from the city did the blue bus travel? Type in your answer here, then click OK. That's right. The blue bus traveled 60 miles from the city.
The number of miles the blue bus traveled is 6 times 10. To find 6 times 10, we can start at 0 and count on 10 6 times. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 6 times 10 is 60. So the blue bus traveled 60 miles from the city. This oak tree is 10 feet tall. The redwood tree is 12 times as tall as this oak tree.
What number sentence can you use to find the height in feet of the redwood tree? Drag the correct number sentence here, then click OK. That's right. You can use this number sentence to find the height in feet of the redwood tree.
The height of this oak tree is 10 feet, and the height in feet of the redwood tree is 12 times the height of the oak tree, or 12 times 10. 12 times 10 is equal to 120. So you can use this number sentence to find the height in feet of the redwood tree. This roll of yellow material is 10 feet long. On a number line, we can draw a bar 10 units long to show the length of the roll. This roll of red material is 13 times as long as the roll of yellow material, or 13 times 10 feet. So, 13 bars show that the length of the roll of red material is 13 times 10 feet, or 130 feet.
Which number sentence can you use to show that 13 times 10 is 130? Drag a number sentence here, then click OK. That's right. You can use this number sentence to show that 13 times 10 is 130.
13 times 10 means that we are adding 13 tens. So, 10 plus 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 10 is the same as multiplying 10 by 13 to get 130. So this is the correct number sentence.
Good work! You've completed these practice questions. Click here to go to the workout, or click here to return to the menu.
Wow, look! a model of a pirate ship.
Click on the model. This model is 10 feet long.
But I wonder how long a real pirate ship was.
Click on the picture of the pirate ship. Some pirate ships were about 15 times the length of this model, or 15 times 10 feet. Click on the word times. You can write 15 times 10 like this.
Okay, you need to find what 15 times 10 is. Good idea. Let's use a number line to help figure this out. Because these lengths are in feet, you can label the number line feet.
Click on the picture of the model.
This bar starts at 0 and ends at 10, so it shows the length of the model, 10 feet. Now let's show the length of the real pirate ship.
The length of this bar shows 10 feet. Now, drag as many bars as you need here to show 15 times 10 feet. Then click OK. That's it. 15 bars show 15 times 10 feet.
You can see from the number line that the length of 15 bars is 150 feet. So, some pirate ships were about 150 feet long. This multiplication shows the length in feet of the pirate ship.
What other way can you show 15 times 10? Click on your answer, then click OK. That's it. This edition shows 15 tens.
15 times 10 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 groups of 10, or the sum of 15 tens. When you add 15 tens, you get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. So, 15 times 10 equals 150. Some pirate ships were about 150 feet long.
Good job! You've completed this workout. Click here to go to the next lesson, or click here to return to the menu.